a war that lasted 335 years, but nobody fought in it. Who would be so reckless? Well, today's episode is about the longest war ever fought. Imagine going to war and not coming back for over 300 years. The two kingdoms couldn't agree on who should control this piece of land here, and so they kept fighting over it for the next 335 years. There were battles, sieges, attacks, but no decisive victories. It was like a never-ending cycle of violence. That's what happened to Sweden and Denmark. They went to war in 1565. Why? Well, apparently over a woman. In 1700, a Swedish queen took the Danish throne. In 1807, the two armies fought over this island right here. And finally, in 1814, they agreed to stop the fighting. By then, the island had changed hands 18 times. Imagine all of that fighting over a piece of land the size of Rhode Island. The Danish king at the time wanted to marry this Swedish noblewoman, but she refused to accept him as her king. So he decided to conquer Sweden and make her queen by force. But the plan failed, and after 25 years of fighting, Denmark had to accept defeat. And no, we don't mean the war in Afghanistan or the Syrian civil war. This one is much, much older. It was fought between two European kingdoms, and it ended only 135 years ago. But here's the thing. After signing the peace treaty in 1590, they kept fighting. For 335 years, neither had gained any territory. So why were they still fighting? Well, neither side could agree on whose army had lost more men, and they kept fighting until they could settle this score. Eventually, they agreed to split the difference. Denmark got this part of the island and Sweden got this part. Then they marched together to the place where the treaty was signed and they all shook hands. It was the end of the longest war ever fought. In 1658, a Danish king died during an attack on Sweden. In fact, during the 1814 peace negotiations, both sides realized something. And now,